the Walther PP Series. The PP stands for Polizeipistola, police pistol. This pistol series has been in production since 1929, serving in countless wars, most notably during World War II, used by German military officers, the Luftwaffe, and plainclothes police. The Walther PP series has been manufactured in many variants by several nations. As such, is a popular and iconic pistol for both baddies and good guys alike in cinema. So as always, let's take a look at this gun and highlight some of the many places it shows up in the movies.
And don't you try to run away, I'll shoot you.
The Walther PP was state-of-the-art when introduced in 1929. It was one of the world's first commercially successful double-action semi-automatic pistols. The pistol features an exposed hammer, a single-column magazine, and a fixed barrel that also acts as the guide rod for the recoil spring. The PP is fully made out of metal with plastic grip plates. An extension on the magazine improves the grip. The PP series is available in 32 ACP, aka 7.65mm, in an 8-round magazine, or 380 ACP in a 7-round magazine. The smaller PPK holds one less round in each caliber. The PPK-S is also offered in .22 long rifle with a capacity of 10 rounds. The pistol was adopted by German police in 1929 and would become popular with other police agencies throughout Europe for the next 50 years. The PPK, which stands for Polizeipistole Kriminelle, was introduced in 1931. Sometimes the K in PPK is mistaken for kurz, meaning short. This version is almost identical to the original, but the model PP is 5/8 an inch longer and weighs 4 1/4 ounces more than the PPK. Both pistols have the same safety features, many of which were novel on introduction and appreciated by police agencies. The pistols feature an automatic hammer block, a combination safety decocker, and a loaded chamber indicator pin. The pistol was liked for its balance, dependability, and most notably its compactness, making it easy to carry and conceal. The PP series has been manufactured in Germany, France, and the United States. In combined numbers, over 1 million have been produced. In the United States, they've been manufactured under license by Interarms in Virginia and by Smith & Wesson in Maine. Currently, PPK and PPK-S distribution has been taken over by Walther Arms Inc., located in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The PPK-S was developed for export sales to the United States, following the enactment of the Gun Control Act of 1968, which saw the banning of many pistols and revolvers for not meeting certain requirements, such as length and weight. The PPK failed the important points test of the Gun Control Act by a single point. This was frustrating for Walther, but only required a small modification. Walther addressed the situation by combining the PP's frame with the PPK's barrel and slide, which gave the PPK-S slightly more weight than the PPK. The addition of 1.8 ounces allowed the PPK-S to be imported into the United States. The PPK returned to U.S. markets in 1983, once it was domestically produced by Interarms. Other variants of the pistol include the PPK-L, which uses an aluminum alloy frame. The PP Super was marketed in 1972, chambered for the 9x18mm Ultra cartridge, designed for police use. However, the 9x19mm Parabellum was ultimately chosen as the standard service round by most German police forces, so only a few thousand were ever produced. The gun was also heavily copied around the world and inspired many similar functioning pistols, notably the Makarov pistol, which became the standard military sidearm in 1951 in the Soviet Union.
This is true. What's true is that in 48 hours, you and I will have more money than God.
The tiniest variant was the Walther TPH pocket pistol, 5.3 inches in length. The pistol fired either .22 long rifle or 25 ACP. The gun was in small numbers used by CIA agents and operatives for a time. Likewise, the PPK, with its reputation as the James Bond spy gun, was used at times by different intelligence agencies and military branches, including in Britain, Germany, France, Israel, and Switzerland, with China even using a PPK clone. However, the PPK to date is a very old design and no longer used by police or secret agents. The pistol has been replaced by more ergonomic modern pistols, many using lighter plastics and aluminum in their build. Even James Bond briefly upgraded to a Walther P99, which weighs less, is more ergonomic, and fires a larger 9mm parabellum round. Of course, the Walther PP Series will always have style and history to lend appeal to the firearm. James Bond began using a Walther PP on screen in Dr. No in 1962. As mentioned, Pierce Brosnan briefly uses a P99 in Tomorrow Never Dies, released in 1997, the same year as the P99 was introduced. Walther over the years has built a relationship with the James Bond brand. In 1983, both Octopussy and Never Say Never Again promoted the Walther P5, which was only recently being sold in world markets. Despite several guest appearances from other firearms, the PPK would remain 007's primary gun, right into the most recent movies, including one with a modification. Daniel Craig's PPK in Skyfall had a biometric sensor encoded to his palm print, so only he could fire it. This is one of the more realistic James Bond gadgets ever created, as this technology is currently available. However, most smart guns tend to use a signal source rather than fingerprint to unlock a gun. The Armatic IP-1 can only fire if the user is wearing a specific watch. It is unlikely such technology will be used by special agents anytime soon. Training usually trumps technology when it comes to safety. These devices further tend to simply add an extra point of failure on a firearm, adding batteries and electronics. Most 007s prefer the standard PPK with the occasional suppressor. So iconic to the James Bond brand is the PPK. Various tributes to the genre use the firearm. This further includes a swipe at the franchise from Clive Owen in the movie Shoot 'Em Up. Owen was reportedly once turned down for the role of 007.
What a piece of crap.
Beyond the pistol's imaginative use in the spy genre, the weapon of course still has a dark past, most notably its use during World War II. A PPK was carried by Hitler, who used the gun, along with the cyanide capsule to take his own life. The Soviet-produced Liberation series depicts Hitler as poisoning himself, but unable to use his Walther. In the film, Goebbels orders an SS officer to ensure Hitler died by his own pistol, which was somehow more honorable than death by poison, or cyanide. Most historians believe Hitler did manage to shoot himself with his pistol, a Walther PPK in 7.65mm, which was reportedly found at his feet. Hitler took a cyanide pill and shot himself, as either method alone is not 100% guaranteed to kill immediately. Cyanide can take a few minutes to kill, and even shooting oneself in the head has on many accounts not been fatal. This was sadly the case for one officer who served in World War II, Captain Sobel, who attempted to take his own life this way after the war in 1970, something not mentioned in Band of Brothers. He ended up severing his optic nerves, rendering himself blind. A Walther PP event inspired this scene from Band of Brothers. In this scene, a German officer surrenders a Luger, perhaps chosen for the production, due to it being more recognizable from the period. Historically, this scene was inspired by an officer who surrendered his Walther PP, not a Luger, to Captain Winters, an officer of the 506 Parachute Infantry Regiment. He kept the pistol and vowed never to fire it. Alright, I'm Johnny, thank you for watching. I hope the video wasn't too shocking. The topic did kind of get dark at the end, but do take care and have a nice rest of your day.